Hey, Natsu here. Today going to do first part of a new what if for my 400 sub special. What if Deku had what if Deku was Kryptonian? It's my second try trying to record this because after like 20 minutes my recording stopped working while it was showing that the time was continuing. When I finally ended it, it actually had stopped. So yeah. Um Deku in this will be fully Kryptonian from a Krypton from the My Hero Academia dimension instead of DC dimension. The only difference is that Kryptonian from DC has a resistance to magic. Um, this one basically it's going to be quirks that basically modify the body of the Kryptonian. Wouldn't work on them. So like Ares quirk in itself doesn't work. I'm stating it outright. It's going to come anyway later, but still, it's not a spoiler. I would have, since any quirk that only affects, that affects you directly, wouldn't work on Deku. Like if someone has super strength or can increases or can modify his own body, no, his quirk won't be stopped. But if someone tries to harm Deku by directly modifying his own body, like let's say someone like Eri tries to rewind his body, that won't work. If someone were to, let's say, try to shrink him or stuff like that with a quirk, that wouldn't work either. So, okay, let's start. This Deku, basically, um, when he was born, he was basically sent off to Earth only minutes after he was born. He is, um, well, fully unique for them, since it is the first natural born baby since, years, hundreds of them. Basically, every other Kryptonians are clones. So, for them, it's something pretty impressive. They knew the planet was about to explode and decided to send the baby away before it did. So Deku didn't even get a name, and the spaceship was basically built, made to only send him to Earth and basically take care of him in a, well, kind of in stasis. Basically, he wasn't aging, he didn't need to eat, he didn't need to drink. The travel time was about 3 years, but for Deku's body, it basically took like, for his body, it basically felt like hours only. So Deku basically didn't age that much and is still a baby. In this, Hisashi and Inko cannot have kids. And they're basically going around, trying to think of something to do because, they want a kid, they want to adopt, but they don't know, what to do about that. So basically, they are, they are on a, kind of a vacation because Hisashi is a scientist in this one. He is studying space and basically trying to know more about it. Um, until Deku's pod basically crashed into the Earth, not far from where they were in that moment. Basically, they saw something entering the atmosphere. Hisashi knew that it meant something was entering, and basically, they were just watching, thinking that it was going to burn completely. Well, he's thinking that. Until he basically sees that it comes crashing down to the earth about a kilometer away. They decide to go see because, well, come on. It's a meteor basically just crashed on Earth. Don't tell me you're not going to go there. So, um, they basically go to it to see what the hell it is. Um, they arrive close to it and basically look around, and Inko decides to actually try to use her quirk to see, well, to take a small piece of it, but nothing's moving. They know it's going to be way too hot to do anything, so Hisashi basically goes take a branch to basically try to hit a piece off of it, thinking that thanks to the heat, it might be able to kind of fall a bit apart. Since it's kind of spherical, so yeah, I guess. But basically, he hits it once, and the pod opens. Inside, they find, well, a baby. Since they literally know it comes from space, they basically act like Superman's parents and decide to take him in. Difference is, well, um, quirks exist. They decide to still adopt him, so legally, um, it's their kid. Um, After basically a while of raising him, they see that he has a pretty huge amount of strength compared to a normal kid. So they basically decide to go to the quirk doctor to see, well, to basically put a name to his power, basically thinking that, oh, he must be human, but not really sure. They know he comes from space, so yeah, they don't know. So after basically a while of living on the planet, Deku absorbed a lot of sunrays. So when they go, they basically, well, try to see what his body can do. They find out that he is extremely strong, extremely durable, and that his body absorbs a huge amount of light, well, of sunlight, well, sun radiation. And basically, with that, he basically gets energy and stronger. So over time, Deku wants to become a hero. Hisashi decided to actually try to do something. He explained to his colleagues that his son is able to absorb the radiation from their sun and all from the sun and become stronger. And since he wants to become a hero, he wants to try and help. Hisashi's friends basically decide to try and help because, well, okay, that sounds awesome. And basically, what they are able to do after. Well, basically, in the end, when Deku is around 4.5, basically Bakugo already has his quirk, already tried to fight Deku once or twice, and was beaten down. So, yeah, Bakugo doesn't have the mentality of I'm better than you. Um, so basically, him and Deku kind of became friends. Hisashi showed Deku the special thing he was working on. Um, so he basically shows Deku the suit. It's basically like a skin suit. Well, not really skin suit, but something like that. And basically, Hisashi told him it's going to help him get more powerful, which Deku accepted because, So, um, holy crap. So Oh, thanks to the suit. Yeah, sorry for the pause. I'm trying to find where I was. So basically, what's happening is that Deku's body is absorbing sunlight at a great amount, which does make him stronger a bit faster, but in reality, it actually also helps with his power developments. By the time he's that he has, no, by the time he gets to UA, he has his super speed, which is not the max speed that he has. He can run fast, but not as fast as Superman. He's pretty strong, but nowhere near Superman level. Like, he could probably um, stop the zero pointer from moving, but he wouldn't be able to lift it up. Like, nowhere near that. He would only be able to slow it down actually a bit. But still, a greater feat than any other people in My Hero Academia right now. But yeah, over his childhood, um, basically, or while he was playing games, or while just living, he basically found out about super strength, which he already knew, super speed, which actually happened during a race at school, um, heat vision and X-ray vision that came in while playing, hide and seek or other games like that. Invulnerability, he basically found out thanks to Bakugo. Um, he can still get hurt by stuff, but it takes a lot to actually hurt him. Like, you'd probably not, never actually be able to harm him for a normal human. Bakugo is still trying and training with Deku to basically be able to actually fight him. Didn't go that well for him every time he was losing. Um, so, thanks to Bakugo, Deku found out about his strength, his invulnerability. Um, that one. So Bakugo basically was Deku's friend in this. Um, they trained together, which made Bakugo a superhumanly strong person. Not, let's say, well, Superman level, but basically he has the strength to push a car on in himself, well, by himself, while it's trying to push back. If it's already rolling and then he tries to stop it, that won't do anything. He'll actually just be pushed away, but if the car tries to start while he's in front of it and pushing, he would be strong enough to keep it there. Um, so, for the thing happening with the sludge balloon attack, that doesn't happen at all. Firstly, Deku, when he goes back home or goes to school, he actually uses his super speed, which heroes and policemen try to stop him all of the time, but after a while they just stop trying because, yeah, they know he's just going from one place to another, so they just decided to give up on that, which does make some of them angry, but for some others they basically found it fun because, yeah, the kid's able to keep them running. So, holy fuck. Yeah, so yeah, for that, it means that the sludge villain didn't attack Deku since he was running so fast that he didn't even have time to. Well, Deku was already at his house when the sludge villain kind of arrived under the well, where Deku was in the anime. So he didn't stop to try and get Deku, he basically just kept running. Which means he got, well, he went to someone else. Bakugo. Bakugo was, well, being Bakugo, tried to fight it. All Might not having lost his power, since he didn't stop to talk with Deku for a while. So he was able to end the sludge villain, and he left. He was thinking of Bakugo though, because that kid was able to fight off and basically stay awake while the sludge villain was attacking him for a pretty good amount of time. So he decided to keep him in mind. Yes, he is the one going to get One for All, because if Deku gets it, who the frick do you want to... Who the fuck would stop him at that point? Like, normally I don't swear, mostly because of YouTube, but still, who the hell would be able to stop him at that point? Like, he would be able to use 100% of One for All and more. That's basically way too much. So, yeah, you get the point. He doesn't really get it. Bakugo does. Which basically it happens around a month later. Basically, All Might saw Bakugo again and asked him if he wanted to train. Bakugo asked him what he meant, and then All Might told him to come with him. He basically showed him his his All Might form, then explained One for All, and then asked him if he wanted to actually have it. Bakugo accepted because, hey, I'll be able to fight against Deku now. Well, sorry about that. Basically, I'll finally be able to fight against Izuku. So he decided to actually accept. He basically trained a small amount of time, basically, before being able to take one for all. He can control pretty much almost 10% easily. His body breaks at around 22, 23. So he has access to 20%. And in a bit, he's actually going to get, well, at a certain point, he's going to get Float and Black Whip. Probably, yeah, no, I'm not going to tell you that, but still. So, Bakugo told All Might about Deku, which All Might told him to keep an eye on the kid, so that if the quirk needs to be passed down to anyone, to basically make sure that it's safe. If you think the kid is stronger than you even now, you should give it to him, which Bakugo decides to keep in mind. So I'm going to end it before, well, here. It was supposed to be a lot longer, but yeah, I kind of recorded for 1 hour already, and then my phone decided to tell me, yeah, no, it didn't record anything. So yeah, this is basically a small condensed version, simply because I don't want to re-say everything, and I am sorry it is so short. Hope you liked it. Leave a like if you did. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'm going to try and answer everything without giving spoilers. The one spoiler I have for the entire series is that quirks that directly affect your body, like someone else tries to use his quirk to affect you, don't work on Deku, like Ares quirks. So yeah. I'm going to leave a link to my Discord in the comment section. Join us, it's pretty fun. Natsu, out.